Hello friends, myself Nikita from Canada Stories, and today my topic for this video is public schools in Halifax, Nova Scotia. So I have a child of almost 5 years of age. He'll turn 5 in August. We had done our research and our registration for school, and the daycare is already been done. So now I will share my experience about public schools and what is all about the registration process here. Since we landed and at the time when the COVID situation was at its peak, so we were not able to visit the school, and we were not allowed actually to, since the schools and offices and everything are closed here, so we were not allowed to visit the place and meet with the teachers and the principal and the other staff members of school. So there is a website which is basically manages the public school here, which is hrce.ca. I will provide the link of that website in the description of my video. So if you have a child of 4 years or so basically, so the criteria here is there are schools from pre-primary to grade 12. So pre-primary is for those students who will complete or who already have or will complete the age of 4 in the year in which they would be enrolling themselves in pre-primary. So for example, in 2020, if your kid has already is already of the age of 4 years, or by 31st December he will complete 4 years, then he or she would be eligible for pre-primary. And that's how, so my son is 5 years, so he is eligible for primary grade, for primary class. So we have registered him for the next session, which is 2020 to 21, and here the school starts from September 20 to June 2021. So that's how their calendar year is for any academic year. So I'll tell you what's the process here. So first of all, you have to visit this website hrce.ca, and which is the Halifax Regional Center for Education, and therein you will find the school through a link called School Finder. There when you go to that website, in the section about HRCE, you will find a link called School Administration, and therein you will see all the related links relating to transportation, School Finder, and everything. So go to that School Finder link and put your address there, and basis your residential address you will find couple of schools which would fall in your nearest category, and then you will have to call them. So that's what I did. I called the principal of the school and I inquired about the process, and she mentioned that yes, there would be vacancy, because here basis the number of enrollment of the students, they demand the teachers. So that's how the process in Halifax works. I am not sure about other areas of Canada, but that was what we were informed, that basis the number of registration and the enrollment for academic year 2020 to 21, they will ask for the respective teachers. And so basically, so there is no limited seat kind of thing in for enrollment. So she mentioned that you need to just visit the website. So, and then we visited the HRCE website. There you will find, under the school administration thing, you will find the registration form for applying for any school admission. So I'll tell you the exact process in detail. So you have to download the HRCE registration form, and which is there in that same website. I will provide the link for easy reference for you. So you will download that document in Word or PDF as per your convenience. You will complete that form put your signatures. You can fill it in hard copy as well and then scan it, or what I did, I just fill it in the soft version and put my signatures there, e-signatures there. So that form will provide you the name of the school in which you are interested, the details regarding the parents, the kid, and any medical emergency, anything, any sort of medical history about the child. And also they will ask you the emergency contacts. So there are 3 emergency contacts you need to provide. So basically they are preferably should be in Halifax or the nearest in Canada. Obviously you cannot provide for outside Canada, so basically in vicinity you need to provide 3 emergency contacts. When you are not available, they will contact them for your child, and stuff like that. So basic details about your information about your family and stuff, and the address. So basically the school which is being allotted is depends on the residential address and the permanent address, not the any temporary address. So they are very particular about address. So when I had a word with the principal, she mentioned that you need to provide us the power bill or any internet bill. So that it doesn't work like that you can provide any temporary accommodation, Airbnb bill, or any receipt of that. So they need bill, which is so power bill here is a very important proof as a residence proof, because we don't have, as of now, don't have my PR card. It's still awaited. So I don't have any I don't have driving license, so I don't have any Canadian proof, because due to COVID situation, everything is closed, and what if even if I have applied anything, so it's taking a lot of time in getting the details and the documents. So just coming back to the main topic, so we were asked to provide a power bill only, and considering we registered him in April, so we don't have our first power bill at that time. So I asked the power bill team, NS Power, to give any proof which will be accepted by them, so that since my first power bill was not generated by then, so they helped me with providing my account statement and all that stuff, and then I provided as a resident proof. I even provided my lease deed, so which is not a very it's just like a secondary document, but they don't accept as a primary residence proof document. So I even then I provided my lease deed, my residence proof for power bill and stuff like that. So if you have your internet bill in your name and you have that address, so you can provide that as well. So other than the residence proof, you need to provide the birth certificate of your child, and for which can justify the age of the child. And thirdly, you need to provide proof for the legal name. So basically you need to provide passport or any passport and landing documents for that matter. So, and fourth, you need to provide your child's health card as well, along with the registration form. So in total there would be 4 categories of proofs. One is age proof, residence proof, your legal name, proof for the child, and health card. So these 4 things are which you need to provide them. So all these things along with that application form, you need to email them these things to the registration at hrce.ce. So then the registration team will confirm you that your registration has been accepted and the school has been allotted to you. Then they will guide you to the respective school's email address. That's how the structure is. There is no fees involved and nothing like that. So it's quite simple, and since due to COVID we were not allowed to visit school, so we haven't paid any visit within the school. So though I have seen the school from outside, but from inside it's not allowed yet. So yeah, but in normal scenario definitely you can. After that, so with respect to, if I talk about timings, so I checked regarding the timings. So timings here are from 8:55 to 3 p.m. and after that, since our offices are generally till 5, so you need after school. So every school either has after school program or before school program, or both. So in our school we have only after school program available, which is the governed by Axel So there is an Excel program, so which provides before and after school program for kids. So we have to enroll separately for that, and there is the registration which is required, that, and along with the fees there is a one-time fees which is a registration fees you need to pay. So I have paid for that, so it's around $36, which is a one-time fees which is required to be paid. And after that, basis the option you are opting. So considering I have one child and I'm opting for only after school program, so the fees for that is $243. And if you opt only for before school program, it is $97 per child. And if you opt for both, so it comes to $340 per child. And if you have 2 children and 3 children, there is different fees. So if I have to say before, the order of before, after, and both, for two children it would be $184.30, $461.7, and $646 for 2 children. And if you have 3 children, then it is $266.75, $668.25, and $935 in the order of before, after, and both program if you opt for. So there is basically, so in my case we opted for after school program and only for with one child, so it's almost $243, which is an auto deduct that will happen from September onwards till June 2021. And you can also withdraw from this plan with a two weeks notice. So it's not that once you have enrolled you have to be available for the whole year. And also there are late payment charges are also applicable in daycare. So if you do not come at the time, suppose in my case it's 6 p.m. It's when the after school program is from 3 to 6 p.m. So there is a $12 charge for every 15 minutes, which is applicable if you do not come and there is a late pickup for a kid. And this Excel program works on only those days in which schools are open. So for example, if school is closed due to any special circumstance as well, like there is a storm in the city, and then this Excel is also closed, it's not available. So then you have to plan your work accordingly. Then maybe you can work from home or something. So because there is no, you cannot opt for on a particular day in any licensed daycare. So you have to plan your work accordingly. So basically, so Excel operates along with school time. Whenever the school is in session. Generally, schools are closed on summer's break, winter's break, March break, any holidays, public holidays. Or there are also professional development days in every month. So there are 2 to 3 PD days which are called here. So there are 2 to 3 PD days every month. So you have which falls on Monday to Friday. They're not on weekends. So there is basically in a complete 1 month you have to work from home from 2 to 3 days, and accordingly you have to plan your work, because these days your offices will be open and schools will be closed, and also the daycares. So you have to plan it accordingly. Other than that, I will provide the link of how you can register to Excel program, so which I have done it, and I've already got my approval for that. So and also there are separate timings, because if you are existing parent with Excel, you have a different time slot to register. Then if you are a new parent and you're registering for the first time, you have different time slot, and basis the schools which you have allotted for your registered for your kid, they have divided into units, and then basis the unit in which your school falls, you will pick up the date, and then you will apply on that date accordingly. So it's basically 24 hours it opens, the Excel program, in which you have to register, and it's on first come first serve basis. And other than that, so there is a website which I will provide you link in the description, in the description, that from where you can get the curriculum of all the grades in the. So basically from pre-primary to 12th grade, you can find the curriculum of that grade. So it is www.ednet.ns.ca. So it's a website where you can find the curriculum of the school for your students, for your class, for your kid basically. And other than that, so let me check if I have missed anything. Yeah, also on HRC website you will get the eligibility criteria for buses. So in generally schools have bus facility, and basis your grade and the distance from your home to that school, you would be eligible for bus facility. And since in my kids school there is no bus facility, we have to pick and drop him. So but there are regular updates which comes around it, and so basically a latest update is available which says that elementary school is, for elementary schools, 1.6 kilometer. If you stay away from that school, you would be eligible. And for junior and senior schools, it's 2.4 kilometer, which is the criteria. If you stay away from that place, your home and your school is 2.4 kilometers more than the distance is more than that, then you would be eligible for bus transport. And okay, one more thing I would like to say that, so the timings of Excel is 7:30 to 9 and 3 to 6. So if in case you have early start or whatever, so there are timings which you can accordingly opt like that. So in our case we need only for after school program, so we only opt for 3 to 6 p.m. and these are a bit cheaper with respect to a full licensed daycare. So if you do not get the chance to enroll your child in these programs, because these are programs which work within the school premises, so you don't have to collect your child after school and then send him to another daycare. So this is the apt program for a child when you are working and you cannot come in between and to pick your child. Otherwise you have, and if your child doesn't goes to any school, he or she is too small, he's less than 4 years of age basically, then you need to apply to licensed daycares, which has monthly charges of approximately $850 or more per month, along plus some security deposit which you need to pay. So these full day daycares which works around more than 8 to 10 hours a day, so it works till 5:30 from 7 or around 7 to 5:30. So you have to enroll. There is no daily booking, so you have to enroll for a month, and also there is no half day or full day concept in these licensed daycares, so you have to enroll for full day in these daycares. And they also provide meals. So one thing I missed to mention, in schools and in Excel program there is no meals which are provided by them. Families have to give their all meals, send the meals, at least 3 meals basically from 9 to 6 p.m. The families have to send the meals for kids. And also there are no charges other than the basic supplies, the stationery supplies and stuff which you need to incur later when your kids start going to school. So there are no charges involved in normal school, and only the fees which is an Excel program fees which you need to pay. That's all the fees you have to pay. But in comparison to this, the daycare, the licensed daycare, full day daycare, they provide meals as well as so they don't need to give no need to send any meals to kid with the kid when you send them to the daycare. So that's my experience which I have. There may be different criteria, and also due to COVID the guidelines have been changed, and it's under process. We are still awaited to receive the updated guidelines because in Halifax daycares are still not open, the licensed daycare. So we are expected to receive the updated guidelines for that what will be the changes, whether now the daycare will provide meals or not, what all activities they would be doing in the daycare. So there would be a lot of changes due to COVID. So I'm sure I'll try to make a new video out of it whenever I receive the updated guidelines. Hopefully you will find this video useful, and if you have any specific query relating to school and public schools here, just drop me a note in the comment, and I'll try to provide the response for that. Thank you so much. Signing out. Hope you stay safe, and if you like it, then please like my video and subscribe to this channel. Thank you so much. Bye.